Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamers. Should women be working on men's games? Now that's a topic, right? That's a hot button issue. Let me tell you this, guys. Anybody who is talented should be making games. I wish the video game industry would invest more in young people via internships, via workshops, via investing in our education system. So anyone who wants to make video games and wants to become good at it should work on them. But have you ever asked yourself, what is the percentage of women playing video games actually? And how does that transfer over to the people that are actually making video games? Let me tell you this, guys. You could be a woman, you could be gay, straight, it doesn't matter. You could be a great person making video games, right? You could be really talented at it. There's many industries, we can have many professions, whether you're a mathematician, whether you're a hairdresser, whether you're a plumber, a nurse, it doesn't matter. You could be doing a great job in anything that you decide to do and put your mind to, and your sexuality has nothing to do with it because it's nobody's business. I think the problem in the industry is that you have activists of all sexes, right? It doesn't matter whether you're gay, straight, whatever. You have activists out there that are influencing the game industry in a very negative way by being toxic online, by expressing extreme points of view, no matter what they are. You know, we've seen examples of people being too far right, you know, like extreme far right. But mostly in the video game industry now, what we're seeing is a completely, expression of very left, communist, socialist expressions out there, where the developers themselves are actually hating on gamers, basically, you know, and insulting the customers that they're supposed to serve. But what do the numbers say when it comes to between men and women, right? Now officially the U.S. government has men and women. There's only two sexes, and that's what we have. So that's what we're going to look at today, to see the percentages and look at an actual study, right? Look at an actual study of what percentage of women actually play what kind of games, right? So let's look at this chart here. It's from Quantic Foundry. I'm going to put the link down below so you guys can go check out the article. When it comes to match 3 games, 69% of women play. Family Farm Sim, 69% again. Casual puzzle games, 42% are women. Atmospheric exploration, 41%. Interactive drama, only 37%, right? So it's mostly guys playing these games, or other, you know, whatever the case may be. MMOs, 36%. Japanese JRPGs, only 33%, right? One of the most, men would consider the most girliest games, where you're changing outfits and all this stuff. It's only 33% women, the rest are men. Western RPGs, 26%. Survival roguelike, 25% are women. Platformers, again, 25%. City building, 22%. Action RPGs, 20%. Sandbox games, 18%. Action adventure games, 18%. MMOs sci-fi, only 16%. Open world games, only 14%. Turn-based strategy games, 11%. MOBAs, 10%. Grand strategy games, 7%. First-person shooters, and this is why I'm putting Halo up here, because that's one of the big controversies right now. You have a studio who's dominated by other than female, let's just say, other than male, I'm sorry. It's mostly non-males working on these games, right? And that's a great controversy right now. Will they make a game that's, palatable for the male audience, right? Because only 7% are female, right? And this is just one study, guys, but if you look at serious studies out there, it's going to be about the same. It's going to range anywhere from 5 to 7%. There's a few percentages of quote-unquote other, right? But the female ratios are about there. Racing games only 6%, tactical shooters 4%, and sports games only 2%. Now, I am of the mindset that anybody should be able to do anything they want. I don't care what you do in your own personal life. It's none of my business. Just like my personal life is none of your business, right? To each his own. I want to judge people by their character, and in this specific case, I want to judge people by their work. Now, it doesn't help the video game industry when you actually have people ruining the games by giving them bad PR, and it's almost like they're doing it intentionally for attention, which is quite sad, right? Or for virtue signaling or whatever they do. In any industry, it doesn't matter what you are. You could be a straight person working for a product that is for gays or women or LGBT, whatever out there, and you're saying out there and you're saying things, for example, that offend those communities or attack them directly, your product's not going to go well, right? If you sell hamburgers on a corner, guys, and I have to excuse myself here a little bit in case I cough or anything, guys. It's not that I'm sick. I have voice spasms, and they deteriorate, they exacerbate when I talk too much, so that's why my videos are short. So in case I have to cough or anything, please excuse me. It's going to be part of it from now on. There's really nothing I can do. Regardless, guys, you could be selling hamburgers on the corner, and if you're berating your customers before they even come to the window, right? If you're expressing extreme points of view, it doesn't matter whether left or right, you're going to lose business. And when you work in these companies, it is beneficial to you that you get the most amount of customers possible. That's what you should be doing. Not berating your potential customers that actually pay your paycheck, right? The more money your game makes, the more work you're going to have. If your game doesn't sell, what do these companies do? They shut you down in 3 seconds. Now, when it comes to these companies, it's not the fact that there's too many women on staff or too many, others, however they wish to con themselves. I don't care, right? It's not that they're there. It's that they're attacking the customers. It's that they're bringing attention to themselves rather than the game, right? So they're actually actively acting against their company, against their corporation. And you have weak leadership in these companies that don't rein these employees in and say, okay, look, you're representing the company now as a part of this. These are your, social media restrictions. All companies have them. I have them. Everybody has them, right? There's certain point of views that I can't express, right? If they're too radical, whatever. But I can express my religion. I can express that who I voted for, and all those kind of things, as long as I'm not directly, attacking a group of people, for example. Those are like general, rules that you might have in a agreement or a media agreement that you might have with your company, because they don't want to see you don't want to put yourself in a bad light, and therefore seem like your company hires those kind of people and then just put them in a bad light, specifically if they're dealing with the public at large. And this is what you have here. So if you have, for example, people that are working on a first-person shooter where 93% of the customers are male, only 7% are female, and I'm just talking in generalities, right? And you express those kind of views against men, right? Let's say you're man-hating out there, or you just hate straight men, or what have you, or you make these weak-ass arguments, and they're really weak-ass. Whenever I hear the phrase old, crusty white guys, those are your last brain cells working there. You chose the simplest way, because let me tell you, if you look at how people voted, you should know that it's not only old crusty white dudes out there that share, conservative or religious points of view. It's a lot of the country. It's blacks. It's Hispanics, right? It's Asians. Many people share those values, right? So it's not just that. It's just not you're hating on this broad group of people that could be the majority of your customers, right? And if they're unhappy and if they voice their unhappiness, it doesn't make them sexist or racist. They could just not be happy with your product, right? As customers. I'm not talking about YouTubers, right? That's a whole completely different argument. But when people in the media or people that make videos or whatever, when they attack this fictitious group of people, they're actually attacking the customers themselves, right? There could be some YouTubers like that, but if people don't want to play the game because they don't identify what's on the screen or the storyline or anything else, it doesn't make them anything, right? If I want to play with a soldier, I don't want to play right off the bat, right, with a guy in drag. That might not be my first choice. It could make the game more fun, actually, right? Like if you're losing, let's say you get shot, then the person that shot you gets to determine your sex as you play. That would be amazing. That would be I think could be an amazing video game feature for anybody to play, right? You can make them anything you want. So there could be places where it actually becomes a fun mechanic. But whenever we stereotype anybody, whether it's crusty old white guys or gay people or anybody, you're talking out of your ass. You're completely talking out of your ass. Because anybody can be good at anything. There could be gay people out there that love first-person shooters. There could be women out there that are completely dedicated first-person shooter fanatics. There's 5%, but you don't know how fervent those 7% or whatever it is they are. Because let me tell you, women that love first-person shooters have to put up with a lot of crap in order to play. And I tell you because I have family that play, women in my family that play first-person shooters that don't even speak on chat, because as soon as they do, oh my lord, these guys online start going nuts. So that doesn't mean that a person like that goes to work into a company and is a woman doesn't have anything of worth to say. The problem here, guys, isn't the sexes. The problem here is culture. The problem here is respecting each other. And most of the disrespect, what started this whole ball of wax rolling, are these developers with extreme points of view, extreme political points of view, who attack their customers. Because I tell you, we already know that in first-person shooters, in racing, in tactical shooters, and in sports, which are some of the biggest sellers in the industry, you know most of those people voted for Trump. You absolutely know that. So if you're making games and you're attacking your customers, what do you think is going to happen? If you start telling them that you wish that they were deleted from the face of the planet, what kind of reaction do you think you're going to get? There has to be a balance here somewhere, guys. You know, for me, I wait until the game comes out and I'm going to play it. And based on that, I can make a judgment. Based on that, I can make a judgment. Even if I don't play it, if I see somebody play it and I see what the dialogue is, what the storyline's about, even if the guy making it is a complete idiot, if the game is good, I will have to give it props. And most gamers are that way. Most gamers, they don't care if Satan himself made the game. If it has great gameplay and a good storyline, they're going to play it. They're going to play it. And I wish people would stop judging other people just broadly and look at individuals. Especially after this last election, you should never put anybody in a single bucket, because you don't know how those people think. You don't know how big of a factor their politics are in their life. You don't know how big of a factor their religion is in their life. And you don't know if there are dedicated people out there that are gay, straight, whatever. They make really, really good games. Let's play the games first and then judge.
New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe. Click that notification bell. And remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.